Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have the latest from the live radar. We'll run through the UK Met Office, have a look at the precipitation temperature, and also have a look at the weather warnings. So we do have a thunderstorm warning in the northeast of England at the moment, and then we'll have a look at the longer range, look at the GFS, ECMWF and the Ensembles. This next week or so it is looking pretty unsettled indeed, with a cut-off low system sitting over the top of the UK, spiralling in lots of showers and thunderstorms as well, and it's likely to be pretty lively, especially further westwards. Eastwards it will be warmer and drier, but we won't escape the showers there completely either. Beyond that though, it does look like perhaps high pressure could build in for the start of July, turning things drier and warmer for all, with an extension of the Azores high. So remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Also do check out the channel membership, that link is in the description as well. Videos are going up there at the moment. They will be released to public over the course of the next few weeks, but if you want to see them at the moment, they're weather explainers, looking at different charts and explaining how we use them. Do go check that out, that link's in the description as I said. So if we do start on the live radar at the moment, you can see there are a lot of showers around, especially across the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. You can see the centre of the low, sitting basically near Galway and Limerick there. And you can see a few thundery showers breaking out through the northeast of England, where we do have that yellow warning. Now, we did have a widespread yellow thunderstorm warning yesterday, and all indications were we were going to be seeing some intense thunderstorms. And I know some people may be confused why very little actually happened in the end. It was a bit of a bust. We did see an area of quite heavy torrential rain through northern Wales into northwest England, in around the Liverpool area. We did see some very, very heavy rain. We did see a couple thunderstorms, some cells breaking out with some lightning, but it's nowhere near as widespread as we perhaps thought. Now, remember, the warning we did have a look at, or the warning by the Met Office, was for low likelihood, high impact. So, a low chance of these thunderstorms forming, but if they did form, they would be very high impact, or pretty high impact. So, even on the Met Office warning, I know there was a warning put in force, so we'd expect some activity, and we got very little in the end. It did have a caveat saying that there was a chance it didn't form at all. Now, from my observations, probably the limiting factor, and the reason why we didn't see storm formation really, is because of the cloud amounts. We did have a little feature that moved through earlier in the day that brought showers through the southeast England, all the way through the Midlands into the northwest, before invigorating within some thunderstorms that had already formed and some heavy showers, producing a large area of heavier rain. And the reason why I think we didn't see those big thundery showers break out is because we just had too much cloud from that feature, too much high level cloud, and it didn't allow the solar radiation to get through to the surface, warming it up and creating convection really. So that's one of the main reasons why I didn't think we saw main sort of thundery outbreak yesterday. Again, as ever with these things, it is very, very hit and miss, and there are very small caveats that can stop these things breaking out. So that's the reason why I didn't think we saw a thundery outbreak yesterday. And again, it's just luck of the draw really. On another day, that cloud would have broke away. We would have got a lot of sunshine, a lot of surface heating, and we would have got big storm cells breaking out. But we just didn't see that yesterday, and that's why I said there is so much uncertainty when forecasting storms, even a day ahead. But at the moment, we do have some thundery showers, more thundery showers really today than we did see throughout yesterday. Sort of sitting near Scarborough, Middlesbrough, Newcastle, into parts of Yorkshire as well. Really heavy thundery cells here. Again, there'll be frequent lightning within these red parts, and hail and torrential rain. Further westwards, we have generally an area of heavy rain, a bit of a weather front moving in, and along this, over the course of this evening, there could be some heavy thundery outbreaks within it. We're seeing that on the models, and as I'll show you in a minute, we are seeing a little bit there, but it is quite a lot of uncertainty with that. Again, it most likely will just be some heavy rain, but as I said, there could be some thundery outbreaks and some red starting to appear here. But across Ireland, Northern Ireland, and western parts of Wales, England and Scotland, it's going to be pretty miserable over the next 5 days, with a lot of heavy showers around, just spiralling in with this cut-off load sitting over Ireland. Now, this precipitation, as I said, is going to move eastward, so these areas across England and Wales at the moment don't have a lot of rain. We'll be seeing some showers move through overnight, hopefully. So not impacting too much of this evening or into the weekend. But you can see across Europe, big thunderstorm outbreak. Lower pressure running in, very hot air just to our southeast, and we're seeing a major thunderstorm outbreaks. Here, again, they are very hit and miss. You get in one of these red zones, intense rain, frequent lightning, supercells within these as well. But if you were to escape that, it won't be too bad and it'll be quite warm. And if we do put it on those temperatures for around 3 p.m. this Friday afternoon, you can see warmest conditions for the British Isles is further eastwards, and that's how it's going to continue over the next few days. And you can see across Europe still a lot of warm conditions where we are escaping those storms. It's going to continue to be warm in the UK. For eastern areas, westwards is going to drop down to mid-teens. Eastern areas could get into the low 20s, and we're going to have a real east to west split over the next 5 days. So as I said, if you are in the west, it's not going to be great. If you're in the east, it's not going to be amazing, but there's going to be plenty of warm, dry weather around. So if we do now have a look at the weather warning, just have a look at this thunderstorm warning that is extending through northeast England into the far south of Scotland. Again, thunderstorms from 1 p.m. till 10 p.m. tonight. Showers and thunderstorms are likely to bring periods of heavy rain, lightning and hail to places this afternoon. If we have a look at the further details again, while many places in the warning area will remain dry, as we saw on the radar, they are just pop-up storms for localised areas. Heavy showers and thunderstorms will develop today, becoming most frequent from mid-afternoon and lasting into the evening in places. Where these occur, we're likely to produce some locally torrential rain with 20 to 30 millimetres possible in 1 or 2 places, and will likely be accompanied by hail in a few places. And you can see there is a much higher likelihood today on the warming impact matrix, but lower impact. So the storms were compared to yesterday, were less likely to be as intense, but more likely to form. So we are seeing a lot of these storms today, but they wouldn't be as intense if the storms did form yesterday. So yeah, it is a very complicated thing, especially the let off as warnings. So yeah, thunderstorms breaking out at the moment. Nothing too crazy, but if you are caught out on them, it won't be too pleasant at all. So if we do now run on to have a look at the UK Met Office run, looking at precipitation and temperature, I must say there is a lot of precipitation around in the west over the next few days. It's going to be hit and miss, a lot of shower activity, a lot of convection, but yeah, it's not looking great if you've got plans. As you can see this afternoon, those heavy thundery showers breaking out in the northeast, not too many across the Midlands that are showing up here, so maybe we have to wait another hour or two to see those forming. So it'll be interesting by the time I release this video if those showers have formed. You can see a few thundery showers through the central parts of Ireland, but as I said again, here showing a little bit more sunshine breaking out through central parts, whereas on the live radar there's a lot more precipitation around, and that's the limiting factor why these storms aren't breaking out, because we don't have that lift from the sunshine. Now beyond that, we see that weather front that's sitting further westward spread through, giving moderate to light rain for most areas, spreading eastwards around 9-10 p.m, clearing for around midnight, and then for tomorrow morning we see another area of precipitation spiralling to parts of the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, and just showers elsewhere, especially further westwards. And then tomorrow it's a day of sunshine and showers for most. Quite a lot of heavy precipitation across parts of Ireland. Elsewhere, western parts of England, a lot of heavy showers, some thundery showers potentially within this, but mostly just heavy to torrential showers, especially further westwards. The Far East staying dry. That continues into Sunday. You can see again more heavy showers spiralling into the west, a lot of hit and miss showers. You can see some breaks within it, some sunshine, but also some dark reds as well, showing heavy thundery showers spreading in from the west again. Further south and eastwards, it looks pretty decent. And that continues all the way into Monday as well. A lot of heavy showers around as well, especially across parts of Scotland. Before another weather front pushes in from the west, as another little cut-off low moves in, and more heavy precipitation running in, especially in the west. So you can see across the Republic of Ireland, parts of Wales, southwest England and Scotland, it's going to be pretty much consistent showers over the next 5 days. Very little time for any respite. So if you have got any plans in these areas over the next 5 days, do have a sort of a wet weather plan, because I can guarantee you there are going to be showers every single day. Yeah, you may get a few hours where you do dodge them, but there's always going to be another batch on their way, and especially spiraling around this low pressure system. They will move through quickly, but they will just keep on coming in from the west, unfortunately. We have a look at this last few days, and it is looking very, very dire. If you do look at those max temperatures, you'll be able to see there is a massive east to west split. You can see at the moment temperatures 24, 25 degrees in the far east, 15, 16, 17 degrees further westwards. That continues into tomorrow. Again, temperatures 21 to 23 degrees further eastwards, maybe only 10 to 15 degrees in the far west, maybe slightly higher in some other areas. And to Sunday, you see those temperatures once again rising to around 22, 23 degrees in the east, only mid-teens further westward. So big split here. And again, into Monday, very similar, 22, 23 degrees in the far east, struggling in the mid to high teens further westwards. And again, into Tuesday, we're seeing those temperatures very similar, 22 degrees in the far east, maybe recovering a bit more across the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland with less precipitation there, 18, 19 degrees, but across parts of Western England, Scotland and Wales, it is looking a little bit more miserable towards the mid-teens mark. Now, if we do have a look at the pressure charts from the GFS, GM and ECMWF and the ensembles, we'll see why it's going to be so miserable in the west. You can see this low pressure system already developing at the moment, and it's just going to sit to our west. A little cut-off low, really quite horrible there, and you can see this cut-off low just mingling there. 986 millibars towards the centre, just spiralling in showers, and where these isobars are tight, it's going to be pretty windy. Nothing crazy, but strong, gusty winds. Now, if you look at the European outlook, you can just generally see that low pressures there. Bit of respite Monday, Tuesday before another cut-off low does move in. And by Wednesday, Thursday next week, into the weekend, we could see high pressure return. We see extension of the Azores high coming up from the south, and it can turn things a little bit drier. Now, the general wind direction is from a north or northwesterly, so if you look at the upper air temperatures, it's not amazingly warm, it's around to slightly below average, but with more sunshine, drier weather, it will actually help those temperatures more widely into the low 20s. Beyond that, again, that high pressure remains in control. We do start to pull in a bit of a warmer air mass. Actually, you look at those temperature deviation, slightly above average, and look at the pressure. It's very high, towards 1,030 millibars. That would be really dry and warm towards the middle of July. Really pleasant weather there. But again, we'll have to see if this does come off. It's all in the extended range, some sort of around day 10 beyond, which there is a lot of uncertainty with that at the best of times. If we do have a look at the GM, see how that does compare. Again, the cut-off low is developing at the moment. Really quite miserable. And then another low pressure system runs in, but we're getting squeezed away in around a week's time, but still is mingling around for right towards the end of the run. Still a little low pressure there, but the high pressure is building in, slightly more delayed than the GFS. And you look at those upper air temperatures, you see warmer out the Atlantic, just a pocket of slightly cooler air towards the UK. Look at the temperature deviation, and you can see a pocket of colder air there. So it's not going to be massively cold by any means, but it's just going to put a little bit of a chill to the air where we have more cloud and precipitation. If we do finish the video, or at least finish the model looking at, by having a detailed look at the ECMWF, again, low pressure mingling around at the moment, another low runs in, and then we just see more little cut-off lows before eventually the high pressure does build in, and we see a flat westerly. Nothing too crazy. You can see pretty warm air masses out in the Atlantic, really, and you can see it will give temperatures around average. You see slightly below, slightly above, and again, surface conditions will be around that 20-degree mark, maybe low 20s, maybe high teens, just depending on the exact day, cloud and precipitation amounts. But with general high pressure pushing in, it will turn things drier and quite a lot more decent, really. You can see, though, right to our south, an extremely hot plume of air. Look at the temperature deviation there, a good 4 to 6 degrees, maybe 8 to 10 degrees above average in places. And again, if that actually came to the UK, it would be 10 to 15 degrees above average. Intense conditions there across parts of the Mediterranean, Italy, Spain and France. If that did head northwards, if we did see this move northwards, we could be going back towards that 30 to 35 degree mark, if not a little bit hotter. But this is speculation, of course, being in the day 10 time frame. So, if we do finish the video by just having a look at the ensembles, you can see at the moment it's slightly above average, but those cooler areas coming from the west, and that weather front we can see across Ireland at the moment is a cold front sweeping cooler air in with that cut-off low. You can see for London we do go into cooler air masses slightly below average, but minimal precipitation because we're so far east. Further westwards, a lot more rain. We then see a little bit of a bump up of temperatures. As that secondary cut-off low does move in, we do pull in some warmer air off the near continent, but lower pressure coming with that. So the last few days of June, start of July, yes, could turn warmer, but could be quite unsettled in the far south and east as well, before we generally stay around average and things look drier. Not completely dry, not bone dry, but drier. If we do have a look at the ECMWF Ensembles, see how that does compare. Again, cool over the next few days, returning to around or above average with increased precipitation as that warm air gets dragged into the low. And then in longer term, we're generally around, slightly above, slightly below average with less precipitation, but not completely gone. So still going to be chances there of showers. And if we just finish by having a look at the 2 meter temperatures, what are we expecting for the next couple of weeks? You can see again dropping over the coming days into the high teens, maybe low 20s, not too bad to be honest. And then when those showers come in more widely for the south and the east for the end of the month, we do go back into the low 20s and just generally stay around that. But as I said, further westwards, if we do just temporarily have a look at somewhere like Belfast, see what that is showing. It's not looking great. You look at those 2 meter temperatures, it is much more miserable towards that mid-teens mark and a lot more precipitation. Longer term, yes, general trend is a bit drier, but there's no massive signal at this stage. So it really doesn't look good if you are in the west. If you're in the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Western Scotland, parts of Wales or western parts of England, it is looking quite miserable at times over the next 5 to 7 days. A lot of precipitation around. There will be some drier spells, there will be some sunnier spells. It's not an absolute washout, but there's going to be frequent showers and it's going to be very difficult to dodge them. So yeah, if you have got any plans, make sure you do have sort of a wet weather plan if we do see those persistent showers move in, as they will come in bands. Though, as I said, there will be dry weather, but there will be quite wet weather and cooler weather as well. But if you're in the east, you're in for some luck, as we're going to be avoiding those showers most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time with warmer conditions generally. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.